Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Anti Fitriani as moderator and member of my group is Rahnabila Aulia and Sofia Ramadhani. We would like to present the material from our study about the architecture of language. So have a good time watching. 1.1 Context, Language, and Other Semiotic System. 1.1.1 Context language in relation to context language operators in context. In terms of linguistic theory, we recognize this important principle by developing an ecological theory of language, one in which language is always theorized, describe and analysis within an environment of meaning. A given language is thus interpreted by reference to its semiotic habitat. 1.1.2 Semiotic is the highest structure within language. It serves as an interface between language and the environment outside language. This means that semantic interface with context, but not only with context, it also interface with other systems that operate within context, with the context system of other semiotic systems, and with biosemiotic systems such as our system of perception and our system of bodily action. As the user of the two content strata within language, semantic is the interface between context and lexicogrammar. Semantic transfer experience and interpersonal relationship into linguistic meaning, and in lexicogrammar transfer this meaning into words as we put it above, adopting the speaker perspective. The basic unit of semantic is the text language functioning in context and intensity of the semantic system. A text is organized internally as spectrum of logical, experiential, interpersonal, and textual meaning. At the same time, it is organized externally as a unit operating in context. The structure of the context of situation that a text operates in is, as it were, projected onto the text. If the situation is one of meaning in terms of the sociosemantic activity figure 1.1, then the entire structure of the situation is projected into the text. For example, in a situation to telling a traditional folk tale, the structure would be from Hassan 1984, but slightly simplified. 1.1.3 Language and other semiotic system in context. The term text includes both spoken and written instances of the linguistic system. As a scientific term in linguistics, it holds different from a common everyday sense of text as a piece of writing, and now also as a verb in the sentence of sending text message with the help of some mobile message service, as in what might have been a final, frantic, etc. Conway texted relatives an hour later saying they were trapped in the trunk of a car. In linguistics, text thus means an instance of the linguistic system. However, the sense of text is being extended to other semiotic systems, and scholar refers to instance of e.g. visual semiotic system as visual text. Thus, a painting would be a visual semiotic text, and they also refers to multimodal text, instance of more than one semiotic system. 1.2 The location of grammar. 1.2.1 Recapitulation, locating the present work on the map of language. In terms of stratification, the book deals with lexicogrammar, the stratum of wording if we use the familiar metaphor or vertical space. As implied, in the word stratum, the stratum above is the semantic, that below is the phonology. We cannot expect to understand the grammar just by looking at it from its own level. We also look into the from above and from below, taking a triangular perspective. But since the view from these different angles is often conflicting, the description will inevitably be a form of compromise. A linguistic description involves such compromise. The difference between a system description and one of terms of traditional school grammar is that in the school grammar, the compromise was random and unprincipled, whereas a system grammar is. It is system and theoretically motivated. Being a functional grammar means that perfectly in given to the view from about that is grammar is shown as a resort for making meaning. It is a semantically kind of grammar. 1.2.2 Text and the corpus. Text is the form of data used for linguistic analysis. All description of grammar is based context. Traditionally, this has been mainly virtual. Text of the kind just described, example made up by grammarians inside their head to illustrate the categories of the description. The only real text that was available was written text, and some notable grammarians of English such as Otto Jesperson made considerable use of written text as sources of data. 1.3 Theory, Description, and Analysis. In this chapter, we have outlined the contour of language in general, what we might call the architecture of human language, using a common metaphor for the organization of a system, although the term such as autonomy would arguably be more appropriate, since language is an evolved system rather than a designed one. We have drawn our illustration from English, since one of the aims of this book is to present a description of the grammar of language that can be applied in the analysis of spoken and written English text as illustration in Holiday. However, it would be equally possible and highly desirable to do the same for any other language.
Text and grammar.
The concept of text encompasses language as terms making sense to those familiar with the language, functioning within a context of making meaning. Text, from a grammatical perspective, is multifaceted and can be analyzed in various ways. This dual perspective involves questions about the meaning and value of the text alongside its insight into the language system it represents. The examination of text can reveal insight about the broader linguistic system and over different interpretations and values attributed to the text, balancing its importance as both an artifact and a specimen for analysis. 1.3.1 Constituency 1 is phonological. The pattern of any subterms of language, such as the subsystem of sounding or phonology, are distributed across units of varying size, ranging from the largest units of that subsystem to the small. We can perhaps recognize that the line and the foot of our traditional phrase measures are simply regularized versions of these properties of ordinary speech. 1.3.2 Constituency 2 is graphological. As writing systems evolve, they gradually come to model the constituent hierarchy of spoken language by developing a rank scale of their own. While every writing system is related to the sound system of its language in systematic and non-random ways, the relationship is not a direct one. There is another level of organization and language to which both the sound system and the writing system are related, namely the level of wording or lexicogrammar. 1.3.3 Constituency 3 is lexicommatica. 5 principles of constituency in lexicogrammar. 1 is there is a scale of rank in the grammar of every language, that of every which is typical of many can be represented as clause, phrase or group, word, and morpheme. 2 is each consists of one or more units of the rank next below. For example, calm is a clause consisting of one group consisting of one word consisting of one morpheme. 3 is units of every rank make form complex. Not only clause complex but also phrase complexes, group complexes, word complexes, and even morpheme complexes may be generated by the same grammatical research. 4 is there is the potential for rank shift, whereby a unit of one rank may be downranked or downgraded to function in the structure of a unit of its own rank or of a rank below. Most commonly, though not uniquely, a clause may be downranked to function in the structure of group. 1.4 Context, language, and other semiotic system. 1.4.1 Context, language. In relationship to context, language operates in context. In terms of linguistic theory, we recognize this important principle by developing an ecological theory of language, one in which language is always theorized, described, and analyzed within an environment of meanings. A given language is thus interpreted by reference to its semiotic habitat. 1.4.2 Semantics. Semantic is the highest stratum within language. It serves as an interface between language and the environment outside language. This means that semantics interfaces with context, but not only with context. It also interfaces with other systems that operate within context, with the context system of other semiotic systems and within biosemiotic systems, such as our system of perception and our system of bodily action. As the upper of the two context strata within language, semantics is the interface between context and lexicogrammar. Semantics stands for experience and interpersonal relationship into linguistic meaning, and lexicogrammar transforms this meaning of semantic as the text language functioning in context. An instance of the semantic system, a text is organized internally as pattern of logical, experiential, interpersonal, and textual meaning. At the same time, it is organized externally as a unit operating in context. 1.4.3 Language and other semiotic systems in context. The term text includes both spoken and written instances of the linguistic system. As a scientific term in linguistics, it thus differs from a common everyday sense of text as a piece of writing and now also as a verb. In the sense of sending text message with the help of some mobile message service, or as in what may have been a final, frantic act, no way, text related an hour later, saying the word trapped in the trunk of a car. In linguistics, text does mean an instance of the linguistic system. However, the sense of text is being extended to other semiotic systems, and scholars refer to instance of visual semiotics and system as visual text. Thus, a painting would be a visual semiotic text, and they also refer to multimodal text, instance of more than one semiotic system. 1.5 The location of grammar in language, the lore of the corpus. 1.5.1 Recapitulation, locating the present work on the map of language. In terms of stratification, the book deals with lexical grammar. The stratum of wording, if we use the familiar metaphor of vertical space as implied in the word stratum, the stratum above is the semantic, that below is the phonology. We cannot expect to understand the grammar just by looking at it from its own level. We also look into it from above and from below, taking a trinocular perspective by Haldane. But since the view from this different angle is often conflicting, the description will inevitably be a form of compromise. All linguistic description involves such compromise. The difference between systemic description and one in terms of traditional school grammar is that in the school grammars that compromise was random and unplausible, whereas a systemic grammar it is systematic and theoretically motivated. Being a functional grammar means that priority is given to the view from above. That is, grammar is seen as a resource for making meaning. It is a semantic and kind of grammar.
1.6 Phonology and Grammar 1.6.1 Rhythm Default English The rhythm of speech derives from the marked contrast between strong and weak syllables. The thought in the poetry has its origin in the thought of the spoken language. A thought might have two, three, or four syllables, but in addition, it might be either descending or ascending. That is, the silent syllables might occur either at the beginning or at the end. The syllabus is the fundamental unit of a articulatory gesture. 1.6.2 Intonation The group tone. The fourth tone is a rhythm group. It is the unit that measures the rhythm of spoken English, but it is not the highest constituent. There is a more extended sound pattern constructed out of a section of it. The name for this semantic melodic variation in language is intonation. The melodic line is a intonation contour, or more subtly a tone contour, and the snatch is called a tone group. 1.6.3 Syllabus and Phonemes This analysis is helpful in explaining the relative duration of different syllables in English, since this depends entirely on the structure of the rhyme. The English script is not phonemic. If by that we understand a straight one-to-one correspondence between phonemes and letters. 1.7 Basic concept for the study of language. 1.7.1 Structure Systematic order. This is the compositional aspect of language, referred to in linguistic terminology as constituency. The ordering principle, as defined in semantic theory, is that of rank. Computational layer, rate of view in number, organized by the relationship of is a part of. As we have seen, all these conventional hierarchies are ultimately variants of a single motif, the organization of a meaning in the grammar. They, they cannot obviously copy the functional configuration, but they do maintain the grammatical principle that unit of different rank control patterns of different kind. 1.7.2 System Pragmatic Order. The relationship on which the system is based is a kind of a clause. Having the future positive is a kind of clause. The legacy in the system, in the analogy of rank, is the structure. A text is a product of ongoing selection in the very large network of a system. A system network systemic theory gets its name from the fact that the grammar of a language is represented in the form of a system network, not as an inventory of structure. A language is the source making meaning, and a meaning resides in the system patterns of choice. 1.7.3 Stratification. School grammar books use to have a chapter on the pronunciation, orthography, morphology, and syntax. With the vocabulary added at the end, this acknowledges the fact that our language is a complex semiotic system, having various levels or strata. We have made the same assumption here, referring to the sound system, the writing system, and the wording system. Here we have just two strata, a stratum of context and a stratum of expression. 1.7.4 Instantiation. A text in English has no semiotic standing other than by reference to the system of English. The relationship between the two is analog to that between the weather and the climate. What we call climate is weather seen from the greater depth of time. It is what is instantiated in the form of weather. The climate is the system, the, pos- the potential that underline this variable effect. Conclusion. The concept of the text encompasses language instance making sense to those similar with the language functioning within a context of a making meaning. As writing system evolved, they gradually came to model the constituent heresy of spoken language by developing rank skill of their own. The food in the poetry has origin in the food of the spoken language. This is a compositional aspect of language, referred to in the linguistic terminology as constitution. I think is enough. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.